mood lighting.
I'm not going to take that and use
He's got the right mug. He's got the right mug.
Oh, yeah, see, look. I remember this time. You fucking shouted mountain bastards.
There you go.
Yeah, alright, where's Dread? Where's Dread?
Down.
Dread.
I don't have
Dread.
it.
Fucking yeah.
Sorry.
Dread.
Fucking FoxyBingo.com. What the fuck is this?
It's not.
What's going on here, Foxy?
It's just a foxy gentleman, eh? Well, they're giving out because I haven't got my Dread Wargaming card.
Fucking hell. He's got his spirit animal there, look. You wily old fox.
Now I'm getting it in the hero now. Thanks, babe. She's really let me down, hasn't she? I should trade her in. She's got the other fox one as well. She's got the for fox's sake.
That's the one you should have been using. Right, everybody ready?
Aye.
Good. Right. Hello and welcome to the Warbosses of Da ApORKalypse. Fuck's sake, not again.
Buckle up, boys. It's going to be a long fucking journey.
Yeah.
Greetings, boys and gits.
It's okay, we came with provisions.
To Dread. Oh, no, it's not.
Dread Wargaming, get the fuck out of here!
He fucking wishes, doesn't he? Welcome to Dread Wargaming with my co-hosts.
the gits from the closet.
Warbosses of Da ApORKalypse! Ladies and gentlemen, the Warbosses of Da ApORKalypse.
It's the first time I've done it this quick. That's what she said.
Sure, mate, yeah.
Righto.
I'll get her some flowers and chocolate, it'll be fine. So this week we've got our special Q&A episode where we offloaded all of our work onto you.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Good job too.
But before we get to those questions, I suppose we should introduce this bunch of gits.
Reprobates.
So yeah, we'll start with Scar because if it goes by last month, when those two Southerners start talking, we won't get a word in. So, all right, Scar.
What's the crack? How are you? Next.
Nice, short and sweet.
Well, this is why we take over.
Yeah. All right then, Dread. Go on. Seeing as you're so keen, go on.
Greetings, boys and gits from Dread. That's all I want to say.
All right,
Nothing
okay.
more than that. I thought we were all just saying hello at this stage.
Yeah. And Steve-O.
The one and only.
I was going to say we need to hear.
Oh God, that was sexy.
Right, he is a big deal.
Not a big
make
deal.
me touch one
A
of
big
those
deal.
I'll do it. I'll fucking do
please.
it.
Oh.
Right. Okay. So we've got quite a lot of questions.
We've got some corkers in there.
We've got
as well.
some really, really good ones. So I've got them all printed off here. I'm going to read them out. We're going to answer them. It's going to be that simple.
Wow.
So first of all, we've got a question from Five Header, or Flompo, as he's known on Discord.
Fellow Irishman.
Is there anywhere online where we can find a gallery of your conversions or armies?
Yeah.
I can start this one. I'm planning to have an Instagram. Well, I suppose I've got one, but I'm probably going to have a HobbyGit specific Instagram. I'm trying to be a bit more productive first, but
me too.
As I start to have more finished things.
Guilty as charged.
Yeah,
I mean,
I've got Instagram too, and I don't use it enough. I use it more on Facebook. But...
Welcome to 4 Lazy Gits.
I mean, like, if people want to stare at pictures of like bits boxes and half abandoned projects, like they're more than welcome to. But you know,
I've put 2 new shelves into my display cabinet, so I've got 4 shelves in there now. So I'm actually getting like things laid out, and I'm like, okay, right, this has got to be painted. So I'm starting, just getting.
So he can display all his sprues.
No, I ain't got a big enough cabinet for that.
I was going to say, it'll take more in the cabinet to cover my sprues, and I've sold a load of them.
I haven't done an Instagram or anything. I guess where my conversions are displayed is on my channel, and I guess in the 40k community as well. But no, I haven't really collected like pictures of them anywhere, whatever. So yeah, I don't know. And maybe it's something we can look at in the future. Have like a Warboss one where all of our products, like collated into like one. Maybe between the 4 of us, we might actually be able to like
have some form of content.
Basically, I think we all need to complete something and post it in the Warbosses, and
basically it'll be probably 95% dim. With the odd token thing from one of us. Shame.
You mean like a painted Warboss?
Shame.
What did you say?
Moving on.
Yeah. So,
next question.
We've got a multi-pronged question from Gay Guts now. So basically he's asking, what inspires you to create, be it media, films, or other sources of inspiration? And once you have that hint of inspiration, how do you go about it? Are you a sit down and do type, or are you more of a prepper or a planner? Who wants to take that? Do you want me to give my answer while you guys think of it?
Go on, then.
Right. So, I mean, in terms of inspiration, like, I don't think I rule anything out. I quite like to use films, but obviously I tend to look at an army from the perspective of the theme, and once I've got that theme, I always work to the theme, and I'm looking for anything that fits with that. And I don't really deliberately set out for any kind of inspiration. I just try and keep my eyes open, as it were. And when it comes to sort of building, I almost always just do it. I very, very rarely plan. I generally have to think on my feet and improvise quite a lot. And I find that quite exhilarating, but some people watch me and get absolutely terrified. There's a couple of times when I was in Games Workshop, and because I was working in Games Workshop, I was using exclusively Games Workshop kits, and I'd have like 3 or 4 kits, and I was just bashing them together to make something. And there's a couple of times people would go over and go, "Oh, what you plan to do?" And it's like, "Oh, I'm not planning." And they're like, "Bit screw loose, isn't he?" But it usually works. Mine's pretty good for that sort of stuff.
I find that weird when people have like got I don't find it weird, but I've never been that sort of person that's got like an idea in my head, or seen a piece of inspire in something. Like I see people do it on Instagram and stuff like that, where they go, "This is what inspired me, and this is what I come up with, and I worked from that, and I made this thing." I know a lot of people work that way, but I never really have. For me, it's more like I have to be in the humour. So like, if I'm in a good mood and I'm reminded of how fun orcs are, all of a sudden I'll just want to get in that orky frame of mind, and I want to create something fresh and fun and orky on the spot there, and then I'll just pull stuff out and go, right, I'm making this. And I think I've way more fun like that, and I've realised this lately. I have way more fun if I just go, I want to make, and I'll just do, rather than go, oh, well, I should be painting my army at the moment because I said I'd do that. And so like, instead of restricting myself with what task I should be doing, I'm better off just going, oh, I feel like making a this, or I want to make that, and I get in an orky sort of frame of mind, or what a mech would like to do, and I sort of do that. That's what I've decided actually just recently. So that's my new way of doing it. It was always my way of doing it. I was just putting a lid on myself and restricting myself a bit too much. Yeah. Get in the frame of mind.
Get ready, guys. You're about to see the unrestricted Dread. Buckle up, boys.
Yeah, I'm just gonna start doing things that I want to do. I sod everyone's expectations and all the rest. I'm just going to get on and do things I want to do. Yeah. That's probably what you've got coming. Yeah.
Be afraid.
afraid.
This is going to feed into one of the later questions. Is how far have you guys got with your armies? I expect that'd be in there somewhere.
Well, I've probably finished the 1,500 points now that Grotz went up to 5 points of fucking pop. But, you know, we won't get into that.
Are we really going to play that game?
No. Right.
5 fucking points.
Right, okay. No, I'm pretty much the same. I find, like, hobby-wise and getting shit done, it's like... I have to be in, like, a mood or inspired or something. There has to be, like some sort of evocative drive from within me. And it comes and goes. So there's, like, times I'll want to get into the hobby and I'll be fucking mad about it and, you know, start scratch building and stuff. But then I find that it's like something I dip in and out of, you know what I mean? It's not consistent across the board. And a lot of people, it is consistent across the board for them, and fair play to them. Kyle being a prime example of that. But
yeah.
I don't know. It's like things, like other things from life will affect my hobby as well. It's like how I'm feeling about work or family and interactions. That all sort of, yeah, it's not just one thing. It's sort of a mood you have to be in, kind of.
Yeah, I agree.
Steve-O?
Yeah, all sorts of shit. Movies, games, books, fucking anything where I've seen cool stuff, or anything from a movie or a scene or a character or a vehicle or anything like that, that all that sort of stuff inspires me and gets the old creative juices flowing. If you watch a certain type of film, anyone that sits down and watch any of the Mad Max films is going to be inspired after that, or anything like that, post-apocalyptic sci-fi, anything like that. But probably the thing that inspires me the most is like other people's stuff. Seeing, I used to get it from reading White Dwarf and seeing like studio armies and armies of the month that featured in there, and I've been like, oh, such a cool idea. And yes, it just all kinds of things. But I would never
I agree with that.
Sort of see something and then want to recreate it exactly. I want to take elements from it and sort of recreate the feel of that. But then other times I'll do like what you do, like what I did with me Met guns. I've made them up as I went along. I just thought, stick that on those wheels, and that kind of looks like a traditional cannon. Let's do that, and let's use that to just make it up as I go along, and that was fun. But in other times I've got a little bit more of a loose idea in my head, like a bit of a plan, but then the plan always changes as I'm building. But yeah, all kinds of stuff. Really, I'm inspired by just all sorts of shit. But yeah, lots of movies and games and things like that. And I'll just take elements from that. But yeah, but like Scar said, like you said, I just get inspired. I was like, oh yeah, that'll be cool, and then yeah, it just sort of comes together. But most of them just get in the logs in the back of my mind. I'm like, I'd love to make like an orc thing like that, and then I think, yeah, I'll do that. And it's just put in the back of my mind, and like one day I'll get round to that project at some point. There's loads of them in my head. There's more unfinished projects in my head than there is scattered around my fucking area.
So I saw somebody did a teleporter with one of them prism balls, the electro balls that you put your hands on and the electricity comes out.
I've been meaning to do that for fucking years.
I bought one. I've had it for about 3 years, and it's got a film of dust on it. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to do that one of the days. And
yeah,
it's
same,
like you say,
mate.
it's lodged back there somewhere. It's like I saw it. I was like, oh, I'm going to do that. And I've got ideas on how I want to do it. But I ain't working on it just yet.
Yeah, all sorts of shit like that. But yeah, for sure.
Next question.
Well, no, I was just thinking it was just interesting. We all basically said we just all sort of just do it, right?
It's the Orky way.
Yeah.
Now, that must be, there must be a lot of orc players, or most orc players. Certainly, orcs is a faction that really rewards that.
I know even Kyle Gear Guts himself.
I've watched him do it.
He says he just starts, makes a shape, and throws a bit on here, and then before you know it, he's like, "Oh, I've made a Titan."
It was funny. He was like, I watched him on Discord, and he was making something. He started off. He just had like an engine block, and I said to him, "Oh, what are you doing? Have you got a plan?" And he's like, "Oh no, I'm just playing around." And by the end of it, he had a shop junk thing. Shop junk, not the shock jump dragster. No, the the one that's basically a plane without the wings.
Yeah, that
Oh,
one.
Mecha Track Scrap Jet.
That's the one.
The other one with the other shit name. Oh no, wait, that's all of the new buggies. Yeah, but yeah, and to
I need a
rival that,
chalkboard here.
just,
That's two.
just did it. How
That's
big's the
second
chalkboard?
GW disc. I'm gonna need a big.
How
gonna need a bigger board.
big's the
Bigger
chalkboard?
Yeah.
I can tell you right now, it's not big enough.
I'll run out of fucking chalk. At the end of the episode, I'll just be fucking white.
Mate, the planet's going to run out of enough chalk. There's not enough chalk in Dover for the amount of disses I'm going to get through in 2 hours. Anyway, right, okay, so Mostly Zen asks, most of us seem to hobby for a while, get bored or burnt out, and then come back to it later on. Is this true for you guys? And if so, what's helped you relax and renew your interest and start up again?
Yes. What helps get me back into it is doing these videos and these channels and interacting with the community. That gets you back into it. And that's my answer.
I wish I'd burnt out. I might actually still like Games Workshop if I did. And what keeps me motivated? My own fucking amazingness. I have nothing to declare but my genius.
Yeah, I've got to be honest.
A big deal over it.
It's not wanting to suppress that talent and keep it away from the public for too long.
I know, right? Just got to unzip and whip it out, you know what I mean?
I think there's something definitely.
There's a good use for a Matt Ward face as a sensor. Lord, what the hell is he going to do with the editing on this video? I'll tell you.
What was the question again? You've like railroaded
You've
this
given
up
me 2 days to do it as well, you pack of twats.
Do you burn out, Scar? And when you do burn out, what gets you back into the hobby?
Yes, I do burn out. What tends to get me back in hobbying is either chatting with people on Discord while they're doing hobby, or somebody's project that looks really cool and I'm like, holy shit, I want to do something, or playing games. Playing the game, especially if the person you're playing with has gotten something completed since you last played them, or they've done something really cool, and you're looking at them and you're like, yeah, that's fucking awesome. Yeah, I want to do something like that. Especially if you see it in person, it really sort of, yeah, it's a multitude of things. But yeah, there's a lot of different things that can kick it back in. And then some days I'll just wake up and I'll be like, I want to build something. Well, fucking, I don't know.
No, I never get hobby burnout. I'm dedicated 100% of the time. No, I think we all do, don't we? I think everybody does in this hobby. Like, we all end up just getting like this. It's a retreat from life, but then after a while, you get absorbed in it so much that you sort of go, oh, geez. And life is otherwise screaming and beckoning for your attention, so you end up just going, I need a break. So for me, what asserts my interest is having a break from it. Sometimes just having a break from the hobby makes me go, gee, I haven't done any hobby for ages and I really want to. You know?
I think this kind of recent burnout that I've had over the last couple of months is the first major burnout I've had in a long while, actually. And I think it's with the lockdown stuff, I was doing the hobby a lot, because there wasn't much else going on. And it was almost too much. And I think so then life kind of had to rebalance itself. So I'd done so much. And then I had to, because I've got other interests. I do other things in life as well. And I think life is all about balancing it, work-life balance, family life, social life, hobby life, everything. And some of us have got more than one hobby as well. And we like to, let out that other part of ourselves and stuff. So I think it's been that. But slowly but surely, I've been slowly getting back into it. I don't know. It's just all about balance. I think you've got to have a healthy balance in life with, all sorts of stuff like that. And too much of anything can be a bad thing. So I think sometimes when you do it too much, then you just got to burn out a little bit from it.
Yeah, I agree. Some people can just do that though. Some people are like can just plow into something and do nothing but, and that's all fair play to them.
I've got a little
Especially
bit more.
If they can be creative at the same time. That's it's very impressive. But Yeah, I'm one of those. I go up and down like most of you guys do too.
I've got more to say on this, but there's another question. I think it will factor in more to that question, so I'll save that for now. Anybody else want to say anything else?
No, I'm just getting comfy. Trying to.
Doesn't fucking look it. Jesus.
Right. Right, I think we'll ask one of Marcus's. I'm trying to balance things out because we've got a few questions from, like, a lot of people have given us one question.
Are we holding Marcus's questions because Marcus, I don't want to spoil nothing, but he's asked some cracking questions. I know that much.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to keep things balanced out at the moment, and Marcus has asked probably more than anyone else. So we'll do one of Marcus's now.
Oh, don't forget to mark them as you go along.
I am. Yep.
Good man.
Right. So, imagine that your orc collection has been lost, stolen, or destroyed. How would you begin again from scratch in collecting a new army? Weeping is a good start.
Violence comes to mind.
Well, I've got a 3D printer, so that would probably be the answer.
I would never play Warhammer 40k again. If my orc army was stolen from me or lost in a house fire, I'd never play 40k again.
I would have a new hobby, which would be tracing the person that stole my 40k and put an axe in their head. That would be my new hobby. I wouldn't do anything else. I'd buy all the finest equipment to fucking trace that motherfucker.
My new hobby is stalking.
I prefer your answers now.
Killing the person that killed my joy.
I was going to say I prefer your answers, but I was just going to say I'd do freebooters. Which you probably think is the more extreme of the...
oh, mate. I mean,
I'd start playing an army that no one wants to steal.
Yeah.
Well, if they stole orcs, it's like, where else can they?
I don't know, man. I did the hobby and had the fully painted army and sold everything off.
Yeah,
it got stolen from me, but it felt like a steal because he got it for a ridiculous price.
The bastard.
I got back into the hobby again, and it was a slow start getting back into it, but I honestly don't. I don't even want to think about it, man. I honestly don't know. I think the thought of starting from scratch again would probably be too much. I would probably dip my toe in something like Kill Team or Blood Bowl or a skirmish type game, just to get that fix, but not have the daunting task of where the fuck do I begin? Because it's taken me a long time to get to the point I am now, and
Battletech book said there, but 4 miniatures and there's a game for you. Sorry.
I'll probably just start collecting pogs or something.
Good stuff.
I'd get a Merlin sticker book.
Something attainable.
All the 90s kids are laughing
Pokemon
now, and everybody else is like, what is this?
I don't know. What do the kids play these days?
I could chuck those. Do you remember
their phones, mate? That's all they do. They're just stuck to their phones.
Do you remember that Daft product that came out and it was just like somebody basically was like, let's take the marble format, but let's make them look like really shit bones.
Yeah.
And market that as a collectible thing.
Funny bones or something.
It was something like that, yeah.
Just bones with a Z.
When I was a kid, it was Monster in my Pocket.
It was bones with a Z.
Monster in my Pocket were awesome, mate.
Fucking loads of them. Gave them to my mate, my next door neighbour, a big carrier bag full of them. I said, there you go, mate. I gave them to him. He was well impressed.
Stay on topic.
Stay on target, boys.
Topic.
Pokemon cards for me.
Right, let's
Run out of tea and I've turned into fucking Steve out now drinking this shit.
I'd never drink Pepsi Max. That's fucking poison. That's what my missus drinks. Fucking gallons of the shit. Ugh.
Sustenance.
Get some no sugar, no taste.
I know.
Proper Coke, mate.
The good stuff.
I'm drinking the little stuff because you can't beat 33 pence a bottle. But yeah, yeah,
That'll clear you out.
the sausage shop. You can't beat our meat.
Fucking hell.
Disclaimer,
dad jokes are plenty. I need another board now for how many dad jokes get put in. And at the halfway point, GW's leading dad jokes by 4-2. It's GW bashing, dad jokes.
And Matt Ward mentioned.
Matt Ward.
Yeah, Matt Ward.
All right then.
Right,
okay.
Next question. What we got?
Does Dim dream about Matt Ward? From Gene Heights playing Hypersapian. No. As I said in the channel, he's a living nightmare.
Matt Ward dreams about Dim. That's what happens.
Dreams about getting rid of me. I should maybe tell everyone what I really think of him. You know.
Oh yeah.
Have you got that long?
Get out in the open. And that's what I think. And that's what I think of Matt Ward.
Next question, mate.
Jesus.
Question.
Let's have another one from Flompo. Have you ever successfully got someone into the hobby? And if so, how did you do it?
I have failed spectacularly to get a lot of people into the hobby.
Yeah, more so than.
Yeah, I've had more failures than successes, actually.
Yeah.
I've had a couple of successes, though. A few successes, actually, which are still really into it now. That's good.
Oh.
But yeah, I had a few. I remember the earliest one, a mate of mine, I was getting into it and I didn't have anyone to play with. And I really wanted someone to play with. And I said to my mate, there was a store near us that used to sell computer games and 40k stuff. And we're in there and I said to him, let's get in there. And he was looking at the stuff. He was like, oh, yeah, it looks really cool, actually. And I was like, yeah, you do all these battles and everything, loads of different armies. And he was like, oh, really cool. And yeah, we were walking home talking about it and everything. And I said, yeah, and you better come round. Maybe we could get some building together and be painting. He went, what? You got to build them, paint them? I said, yeah, they're like models. He was like, nah, fuck that, shit. So that one ended before it started. But I've got people further into it than that who started buying some stuff, come around for some games and practice games. One fairly recently, actually, a good mate of mine who got into it, and he was very interested in it. He kept asking me about it, and he got into it and started collecting a Chaos Army, and he just couldn't get his head around the game mechanics and that. And I think I don't think I'm necessarily a very good teacher. Maybe it's very easy to forget how much you know and take for granted, and how much someone starting from nothing. And I was sort of, oh yeah, that's a 2+. That's a 6. He was like, what's 2+? I'm like, well, like 2 or more. And he was like, all right. And then he just couldn't get his head around all that, and loads of things. And he was like, I don't think it's for me. Gave up. And I was like, all right, fair play. But yeah, I've failed to get a few people. But there's a few people I did get into the hobby, and can't really remember how. Just sort of told them about it. I think the people have got to want to do it for themselves anyway, really. And they will just come with you on that journey if they want to. If they don't want to, doesn't matter what you try and do. You're not going to persuade them. But someone's got to want to play it and get into it.
Scott?
We've gotten a couple of people into painting. People, like, once you sort of persuade someone who's not even hobby oriented to sit down and paint, I've found that they really like the sort of zen moment you get when you get really into a paint job and 4 hours just fucking disappear like that. People love that shit. It's like therapy. As for the game itself, I don't mean to be a prick, but I don't really care about getting people playing the game. The hobby aspect of it is more important to me at this specific point in time. I mean, if they want to play Battletech, I'd be more than happy to show them if they wanted to. But when it comes to painting miniatures, it's like I had...
And now a moment for our sponsors.
From Catalyst Games Labs. No, sure, I was planning on doing a series with a...
You see a hand with a bag of cash coming to screen. There you go.
No, I was planning on doing a series with my brother when the Conquest magazine started, and I had like a couple of episodes of footage, and I was getting him into the hobby, and I just didn't have the time, and I haven't gone around and painted with him since. But he does still have Space Marines, and he enjoys it. But I don't see him being interested in playing the game at all. It's not for everyone. I like that there's different aspects of the hobby. But then if I'm getting someone into painting miniatures, like Mrs. Scarnier wants to paint miniatures, but I've had her looking at Reaper Bones miniatures and stuff like that. Not necessarily like Warhammer, because I'm like, unless you're really into playing Warhammer, it's a bit expensive for what it is. Like, there are other miniatures out there. It's a bit of a
out there.
Yeah, it's a bit of a hard sell, especially the idea of having a whole army. Like, I think a lot of people, they're just like, Jesus fucking Christ. It takes you how long to do one, and you have to do 100? Yeah. It's, I think...
Yeah, it's probably better to get someone into it to just paint up like a display type model, isn't it? Just like a one model, like, I don't know, like a dragon or like a monster or a character or something. And just paint that and have something to be proud of, like one thing, you know?
Yeah, just a bit of hobby. Get a hobby group going. Just paint.
I think I agree with most of what you guys said. Mostly people that I've got into it is just because they've come around and they've sort of seen my stuff. And they're like, oh, wow, what's that? And what's that? Ooh. And so I kind of tell them about the different aspects of the hobby there and then sort of thing, and tell them what I'm mostly into. And I've had people that have gone, oh, wow. And they've gone off and bought themselves an army and painted it in lightning speed time. And they're coming to me telling me about all the battle reports they've watched and how they want to play the game and stuff, and they end up going off and playing. You know, they're more gamers. You know, and then I've had other people that just literally don't want to build anything. They just want to sit down and paint something. You know, so
I think a lot of people, there's some people that I have got into it have shown nerdy tendencies anyway. Yeah, so a good friend of mine I used to work with, he was into all his Tolkien books, movies, playing RPGs. He was obsessed with elves and stuff anyway, and anything like that. And
the seed has to be there.
You ever heard of Warhammer? And he's like, no. I'm like, yeah, come here. And he's like, holy shit, yeah, I can build this stuff. I was like, yeah. And he's like, they have an elf army? I'm like, yeah, if you like that sort of thing. But no one's judging. Yeah. But yeah, generally, if it's someone that, you know, if it's, you've got mates of all different walks of life. I've got a mate that all he's into is football and going to the pub on a Saturday night, then he's probably not going to be that interested in painting up some fucking witch elves on the weekend, you know?
You never know, man. All walks
of
life.
Know.
That's the thing as well, like, all fucking walks of life.
You like sports, you say? Blood Bowl?
Well, like, there's a lot of sports fans into fantasy football, and that is literally the geekiest thing that exists.
Yeah,
sure. Yeah. It's nerdy
it's
as
all
fuck,
numbers. It's nerdy as fuck. It's hyper analyzing. It's just like
knowing the history of your chosen football team and all, you know, what year they won the FA Cup and all that. That's pretty fucking nerdy, isn't it?
It is. Yeah. There's a bunch of jocks.
Watch the comments section trying to explode.
trying to find where we live. I
please edit in a clip of the Homer Simpson bit going nerd. Hey, did you get a little bit nerd?
Copyright strike. That's part of the reason why I got into YouTube, really, because I used to do that in Games Workshop. I basically ended up being a free recruiter that they didn't pay for. But I mean, much like Scar, I don't really care what part of the hobby I get people into. I'm not particularly fussed about a particular game anymore. I just like to see people building stuff. But I mean, I got a weird one recently. There was a guy posted on a Facebook group that I just happened to be in, just saying, "Oh, you know, I watched a few of those I'm a Wargamer things, and then I found this channel called The Hobby Git and realised it was for me, and I was just like, fuck.
Nice.
That was weird. Pleasant. Very pleasant.
Yeah.
It's exactly what I want. That's exactly what I want to do. I want people to feel like this hobby is very accessible. but
That's cool. That's cool. It's comments like that. That's the sort of shit that keeps you going, isn't it? There's stuff like that. That's good.
Well, I'm not a big deal yet, Steve. I've got.
Well, apparently you are. You have at least one fan. You have at least one fan. There you go.
That's it, mate. I think if you've affected one person like that, then it's all worth it, isn't it? It's all worth it. If someone's got something
BBC
out of it
mentality. This bit of content is for one specific person out there, and so as long as you're enjoying it, all this money was worth it. And right, yeah, cool. So next question. Let's have a look.
My facial reaction was, that would be weird if that happened to me. By the way, when you're going back and editing and you see the face I pull, I'd be like, that'd be weird for me. Just in case it was.
Sky does have the most expressive face.
Thing is, we talked about BattleTech. Orc Stuff asks, does you reckon that BattleTech rules could be repurposed for cans, dreads, Gorka/Morkanauts, and Stompers? The answer is definitely yes.
We got a hand of Scar for this one, our resident BattleTech expert.
Oh, bollocks. Right. Let me explain BattleTech a little bit. BattleTech is a rule set. BattleTech is a sci-fi game that's sort of a historical game at the same time. It has different periods of time that you can play in and different technologies available in those areas. There's also a lot of like supplemental rules. In BattleTech, you can create anything because they have rules to make anything. So if you want to make a mechanical gargantuan squiggoth, you can make it. And you'll be able to do up a data sheet. If you want to make dreadnoughts, if you wanted to make killer cans, you could in fact have a BattleTech and 40k crossover. There's a lot of rules in BattleTech. You don't have to use them all. It is what you want it to be type of game. There's like a core rule set, but then there's a lot of optional rules they give you as well. So you and your mates will be like, we don't like this rule, let's use this one that they suggest instead. You know what I mean? It's that sort of... The game is what you want it to be. That's why I like it. So yes, you could. And I'm sure...
Is the scale the same as Epic? Is it the same scale?
Yeah, it's about 6 mil.
It's a similar scale.
Yeah. You could use 6 mil stuff. You could use epic scale stuff. So you could use like epic scale Land Raiders and stuff like that and make up rules. Sure, they've rules for like fucking Tiger tanks and T-34s and the sky's the limit. So yes, there you go. You could.
That's cool. That's very cool.
I think we can move on. I don't think any of the rest of us.
I'm not qualified to answer. I'll refer to what he said. Sounds good though.
Right, cracking. Jazz Wright asks, what weapon or war gear options would you like to see in a multi-part Warboss kit?
Oh, I like that question.
I was only thinking of this the other day, actually.
Keyword, options.
Yeah, well, yeah, straight away, what he said there, yeah, bang on. I want options in the kit, and just all of them. But yeah, extra ones.
Things that actually represent some of the special weapons as well.
I suppose as well, things that we either lost or we don't currently have. Like, I find it really annoying that you can't equip a Warboss with a kill saw. Because they can have the power claw or they can have the big chopper. Why can't they have a kill saw? Maybe my Warboss wants a kill saw.
I know also that hats are fairly easy for some people to make with green stuff, but most orc heads have got a standard sort of shape. Just some hats that have got just a little bit of a groove so they can sit onto heads. Just so you can have like a thinking cap and a couple of other hats that you could make like that. Would be fucking awesome.
I love it. He says, what weapons or war gear would you like in the Warboss?
And these are like hats. I'm thinking like
top hat, a baseball cap,
exactly.
a cap,
a fucking a beret or whatever.
Tool belt.
Reboot cliches you could have.
Yeah, I'm sitting here thinking about fucking jetpacks and stuff. I'm thinking, Warboss with a jetpack or a bike or mega armor, and he's like fucking cowboy hat. Yeah,
I mean,
propeller hat.
You joke, but that would be pretty fucking cool. Or just a hat set. Just a hat set.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
I'd like to see.
Like Lego hats.
I'd like to see
they
first
still
of all
just fit on the heads. That's what I want. Something like that.
Just a knob on the top of the Warboss, just like...
A Warboss kit with all the options available, but also before that happens, I would like the options to the Warboss to be massively extended to how they used to be when you used to go to the old codex and you'd say like, here's your HQ, and it was the same in virtually all the codexes. Your HQ choice could have 100 points worth of war gear. It doesn't have to be exactly like that because the game was a bit different then, but you could just basically choose from all the lists of shit and just having the whole range of stuff open to you. But yeah, just a lot of things like that. Kill saws, custom mega blasters. It's annoying that Warbosses can't have stuff like that.
I'm sure the blood's gone from that hand long ago.
Claw hands for left and right. The choice.
Yeah,
the choice.
Man.
Definitely.
Or claw hand and attack squig launcher arm. We need an attack squig launcher back. It's like the most rebootery weapon ever.
GW have done some fantastic HQ kits. I got my son when I was getting him into the hobby a bit. I got him the Space Marine Commander set, and it came in like a box, like a normal, like you get a box of troops now. It was just for the one miniature. And there was so many fucking extra parts in that he was able to kit out veteran sergeants and lieutenants and other stuff with the other stuff in the kit. And I was like, this is what we want for an Orc Warboss. Like, so you've got the basic body and the torso, choice of heads, lots of different weapon options, little like different accessory options, and then
a body that you can actually have like a back and a front piece of armor that you can put on, a bit like the Ogre. The Ogrins come with a cool body, and they also come with a cool piece of armor. It's like that'd be really cool for a Warboss to have, like, the body, and then a piece of armor that you could put over it if you so wish.
Yeah, and also probably something to denote cyborg, so we can get a fucking option that we pay points for, instead of having to have it sacrifice bloody command points to get it for one fucking character.
I think virtually every generic HQ choice for every faction should have a multi-part kit. Every faction, but specifically Orcs. But yeah, every faction should have that. Your HQ choice is the most personal part of your army. That's what your army's kind of built around that, and that should be, you don't want
and definitely more than two head options. Because everybody goes out looking for other Warboss heads because they don't want the one that comes with the model, because there's only ever like two options, which is, it seems nice, but realistically, you want more, or you at least want a range of heads in that size that are going to fit on those models. Like you were saying before with the 4-5 minis, the way that they've got sort of standard size and then knob size and then boss size. Good. If you've got a collection of heads in each size, then you've got the choice, haven't you?
For sure.
But yeah, like
just a lot of the options that are open to them, and a lot of the options that aren't currently open to them. But yeah, I think we've answered that question pretty extensively. Options, lots of shit, loads of bits. I want to build him and have a fuckload of bits left over. I'd buy a kit like that several times over, probably.
I was about to say once.
All of us.
I'll have 5, please.
It'd be great, yeah.
We're not getting them, but yeah. Be monopause.
I wish I could argue if you did.
Yeah, well, I'm used to being right.
Well, you never know. There's like
as usual. I hope you're wrong.
Cromlech seems to be carrying the banner for Orcs, so you never know. They might fucking do it before GW.
Do you know, I've touched on this before. It's one area that third parties. Like a third party.
I've got live news.
GW
actually.
are failing us on that. Get us some. More
I'm just going to interrupt this broadcast. Look,
me
and my partner have been doing this puzzle, and we've got 2 pieces left. She's just been sneaking around behind me doing it. But
have you been holding those 2 pieces off to do a live on camera? Look at that.
See, no, there's one missing. There's one missing there that we don't know where it is. It's
wait for someone to, just as he's about to place the last place, someone runs in and kicks the fucking table.
Look at that, eh? That's a photograph that she actually took herself, actually.
The missus pulls the last piece from out of her sleeve. It's like,
yeah, I don't know where that is. Don't know. It's probably up the
Can
Hoover.
I just compliment on your missus's painted toenails? They look really nice there. Nice.
I saw your toenails there. Right, anyway.
Better than mine, mate. Mine look like fucking hobbit feet.
So yeah, I think the other piece.
Steve's eyelashes, however.
Perfection.
Next question.
The
When
peel
is
off.
Steve vote next gonna? Oh no.
Go on.
I thought that was the question.
No, that was just the person. Palelock is asking us bat reps. How far away are they looking? And progress reports on our 2K armies.
First of all, it was 1,500, not 2K armies. He can fuck off. Second of all,
can we edit in like desert sound and like cockroaches and that like night town?
I'm sure
night
Dim
sound.
could throw some tumbleweed going past her.
yeah. Just do that. That'd be so funny.
Well, I've got some. So I've got this squad of shooter boys, which are almost there. They're getting there. I've got to finish them, and then I've got to finish my tank busters, and the army's finished. But I think it's more a case of we're in uncertain times at the moment, so I think we're all making progress. Some of us slower than others, but we're all making progress. But I think the real thing at the moment
Jesus,
is
it's like he's sticking a knife in or something.
twist.
we're still very much in this pandemic, and although things got better for a while, things are looking a bit shaky again. We just don't know what the future holds at the moment. It's uncertain times. I think the four of us are going to get together when things are properly settled. So it's a little bit kind of just wait and see, really. We'll want to do it. I'm eager to do it. I can't wait to do it, and we will do it.
I'm pleased of the excuse because it means I don't have to rush it. But I've been making new mech guns because
nice.
you never have too many mech guns.
They're fun to make, man. They are so fun to make.
Truck kit,
Yes.
always the truck kit.
Invaluable for mech guns. Invaluable.
Which is part of the reason why they're probably going to get rid of the truck
haven't
kit.
gone very far. I haven't done very much. I've got a lot of painting yet to do. I just haven't been inspired. But
DW, why did you get rid of the truck kit? Because we want to sell some fucking mech guns.
I've 1,500 points. It's not 2,000. Just like it. I have been making battle reps. I've been getting me.
Dim's is 2,000.
Well, Dim's can be 2,000. So I've been using like one of these fucking
5 points to grow up.
one of these gimbals with my mobile phone, and I made my first BattleTech battle report about 3 weeks ago. So you can check that out on my channel if you want. I've got another one.
It's a battle report. Quite enjoyed it.
Yeah, got another one in the pipeline. So I'm getting my hand in with those battle reports. But 40k
reminder
ones.
that this episode is sponsored by BattleTech.
We'll get there eventually, lads. Yeah, we're getting there.
Yeah, actually, on the subject though, I've got a shed outside. I say a shed, it's a barn, and we're going rescuing it soon because the roof is sort of like coming in a bit, but it's going to be eventually turned into a studio where I'll be able to actually have a full-size table and be able to actually have like lighting and be able to do proper back reps and stuff eventually in due course in the next year, 2, maybe 3. It's coming soon.
I have a gaming room. I have a gaming board. I have gaming terrain.
Look, if it wasn't for COVID, there'd already be battles of me playing against Dread, Dim, and Steve-O. That much I would have guaranteed.
Yeah,
definitely
for sure. Even if we hadn't have made our armies, we'd be doing combat patrol battles or something.
Yeah, something like that would have happened
on the channel.
We did have stuff in the pipeline planned, but 2020 just went to fucking shit, man. So like,
we're going to have a number of distant.
2020 said, "Bend over, boys. Brace yourself."
I'll live for you, my friend.
There's a good meme of like it's a picture of a guy in a full knight's armor, right? He's just got like a view visor for and like the catchphrase is like getting ready for 2020, and 2020 and it's just an arrow goes straight into the visor.
Yeah, I want to go back over some of my early videos during when it first started and just remind myself of how silly my optimism was. I was like, no, it'll be fine. Yeah, just stop worrying about it. It'd be grand. Just get on with it. Like.
Yeah, the beginning of the old pandemic brought out the best in you, didn't it, mate? It was a rocky time for all of us, mate. He said, what?
And why is everyone going mad around here? What's everyone's upset? Like, this can't be a thing. It's just really. I'm still literally when I go into places now, I'm still like, I want to wake up. What's going on? I don't know. Well, no. And I stick my fingers in my ears and I go, no, this isn't real.
Week 1 of the pandemic, dreads on there. Wear your mask, guys. Stay safe. You know, the world is out to get you. Week 2. Bollocks to this. You do what you want.
I've lost my nut, like, I swear.
Week 3. Sorry, guys. Fucked up again, didn't I?
Week 4, I got arrested. Turns out I've got charges for being in public.
Week 5, copyright tunes. Woo! Oh, Dread, God bless you, man. We love you. Don't ever change.
Oh, I'm laughing so much. My face is starting to hurt.
Oh, good. I'm glad I picked you guys up. I'll just make some more content and you'll all feel better, won't you?
yeah, for sure. What was the question again?
Yeah, I don't know.
I can't even fucking remember. What was the question?
Oh, no, it was a Pale Orc. How far away are we from our 2Ks and meeting up, which we've answered.
Oh, it wasn't what has Dread done wrong this year. Oh.
We've answered by saying, all right. I've got nothing for you, pal.
Here's another question from Five Header. For Steve-O and Scar, do yards get cold in the winter?
Gets burnt in the summer, mate.
Oh, yeah.
They kind of invented hats for that, you know what I mean? You know?
Do you know
what? Not really, actually. No, I don't ever suffer from a cold head.
But when it rains, I bet it goes just straight down and in your eyes, doesn't it?
Well, yeah.
That's got to be inconvenient.
Ever since
that's what eyebrows are for, isn't it?
No, you get some of that. Do you know the stuff they have for the car windscreens? It just fucking runs it. You know, you rub a bit of that in and it just fucking
turtle wax. Yeah,
that's it. Bit of rub and buff or whatever. You know, no issues there. Some of that anorak waterproofing. Fucking sorted.
Ever since I was a baby, I've always missed the spit and polish. But yeah.
Do you know what the weirdest thing is? Since I've been fucking bald, I have more haircuts now than when I had fucking hair. As soon as it gets a bit long, I'm like, I've got to shave that off. You know. In the bits where it does still grow, it grows quite quick.
What's a haircut? Me?
It's all right, Tim. It's what civilized people do.
I know, right? Those people. Right. TLC Creations. If you could bring back a unit from the past, what would it be, and why would it be Mad Boys?
Tin Boys. Tin Boys.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Because they're fun.
Orcs in power armor.
Ooh. Yeah.
That's what I'd bring back.
Nice Drake. He's a unit of sorts. They still
characters unit. Yeah.
Nice Drake for me.
Dim.
Yeah, I've got a couple of answers for this, but narrowing it down is tricky. But
let's see if we can do it about Slate GW.
Mad Boys is a good one. No. I mean, probably my more serious answer, because I never shut up about the buggers, is either Speedsters or Grot Bandits. Either of those. Speedsters or Grot Bandits. Yeah.
There we go.
Right, we'll have another one of Geargotzes, I know each of you have struggled in your own ways in the hobby over the years. What keeps you going? What drives you back in? And what part of the hobby keeps you motivated to do more? And of course, the big part, what do you think the community can do to help each of you do more?
Paint me miniatures for me?
They're already doing it.
Save work on
it. Just share your stuff. Do your hobby. Share your stuff. Be enthusiastic. Yeah, that really sort of. Yeah, even if you're not doing hobby and you're just answering questions and you're really into orcs or you're into like a certain aspect, you know what I mean?
Cover my shift at work.
Yes.
Cover my shift at work. I'll get more time for the hobby and the channel.
That's it, man.
Raise my children.
In fear of turning
Send
this
me teeth.
Cook me dinner, wash my dishes.
In fear of making this 90s blooming episode, be excellent to each other. Party on, dudes.
The movie's out. I've got to see that new movie. Been getting good reviews.
Yeah, but you got to go to the cinema. That's slightly a problem. Maybe it should have been fucking delayed. Just thinking. Yeah. Yeah, that's a... Yeah. Right. Let's have... All right, okay. Beefy Corby asks, when a difficult time in your life has happened, would you say that being involved in this amazing hobby has enabled you to move forward with what otherwise has been extremely challenging situations if you guys had not been involved? Kind of a rhetorical question.
I think it's the other way around. I think if I've got a major thing going on in life, I don't want a hobby at all. It isn't really a release for me from real life. When things are going well, it's an outlet from my artistic and creative side. It's not really an escape from reality for me. I've got other things for that.
I'd agree. Yeah.
Go on, Scott.
I'd agree with you there. I think the hobby in and of itself doesn't really help you cope, but I'd put in the caveat that the people that you meet and the friends that you've made through the hobby do.
Yeah.
They help massively. Like, big fucking time. Well, quite literally, I wouldn't know any of you guys if we all didn't have the same fucking hobby, so.
I wouldn't be anywhere about you guys.
You know? But, no, that's it. Not the hobby, but the people you meet through it.
I think the general stresses of life with work and everything that goes on in life and the general everyday stuff that grinds you down and gets on you and stresses you out. I find that the hobby is an escape from that, and it helps me with that. But when things get properly bad, I not just the hobby, but anything I usually enjoy, it does. I can't enjoy anything. If you're in the pits of depression or you're in some serious tragedy or something's happened within your life that's knocked you for six, I don't get any enjoyment from anything, and that includes the hobby. And you go through those dark moments. But yeah, generally speaking, it's a fantastic escape from people. Just wankers. People are wankers usually, and just the grind of the everyday. Those kind of stresses that are there. It's lovely just to get away from it all, shut all the noise off, just focus on something, be creative, and do something you can be proud of, and you don't answer to anyone else. And yeah, it's an escape from that. But yeah, generally when shit gets really bad, nothing. Just got to wait for that to pass and then get back into it when things are good again.
If you ever had any doubts, Steve-O was an introvert. People are wankers.
They are.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Animals are great. I like dogs and cats.
Yeah, I'm not going to go into it in a great deal of detail, but I'm kind of mirror what the other guys say. I would say, actually, if anything, the hobby for me was probably a problem. I think it very much depends on what your problem is. And I think it's very much in what you get out of the hobby. If what you get out of the hobby is like a little thing to work towards that keeps you motivated, or it's a way to connect with your friends, go for it. But if you have a very big emotional investment in the directionality of that hobby and the company itself, I would very much suggest not doing too much.
It sounds like you're speaking from personal experience.
I think.
He hates because he cares.
Yeah.
Literally goes to bed dreaming and thinking about it the whole time. Like, oh, it's so frustrating.
If you're employed, don't read GW's books because you just torment yourself thinking, well, I can write better than this crap. And it's especially bad when you know you can.
Better get your imaginary fucking chalkboard out there, Steve. Keep trying.
Let's just put it this way: I was unemployed around about 6 ed. Just putting that out there.
Next question.
So, Gungazam Ug Go Nargrant. Good orky name.
Yeah, fucking A. Got to be an orc to pronounce it.
Yeah. With Space Marines all going to 2 wounds and Necron infantry going to toughness 5, you're what? Do you think Orc boys and Nobs as well will get a boost in survivability?
No.
Maybe 2 wound boys, 3 wound Nobs, and 4 wound Mega Nobs.
Nope.
They should by the law, but no, their Horde army is on tabletop, so no.
He mentions that in the law we were very resilient. I honestly don't think Games Workshop is going to read our law to know that. So, you know, that would suggest that they understand our faction.
Even looking at the physique of them, you know, it's like, oh yeah, no, definitely it's weak. It's going to die.
Understanding
really
our faction is not something the last 10 years of development for Orcs demonstrates that GW has. So, and that was a terrible sentence, but never mind. Almost as bad of a sentence as the current codex, but there you go, Steve-O, a bit more chalk.
I'm down to the bone on my fingers now.
I'm not going to comment too. I'm not going. Well, I was going to say I'm not going to comment too much on this, but I already have.
You're fucking it, isn't it? Yeah. Quick, somebody fucking say something. Stop him.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
I've got a theory.
It looks like I think we're in the. It's always the arms race, isn't it? It's the arms race. They up the power of weapons, then they've got up the toughness of things, and then up the thing, and then up the thing, and then up the thing, and then at some point they go, "Oh, we've gone too far. Clean slate and start again." And then we end up with 5-point grots. But I don't know. I don't believe
us?
And
do they like us?
I kind of hope not, in a way, because I have no issue with Space Marines going all up in terms of wounds and stuff, because when you read the lore on Space Marines, they're very much not represented by the lore. You read in the books and stuff, a Space Marine can take on like a fucking 100 men and fucking best them all. And on the tabletop, he can be killed by a single las gun shot. You know, stuff can happen like that. But it should also be reflected in the points. You know, throw all their stats up, make Space Marines fucking super fucking hero things in it, but reflect that in the points. So I don't think that's necessarily what's happened. But I don't know. Who knows what they're going to do with Orcs?
Maybe they're going to give Grot Space Marine stats. Just 5 points.
Who fucking knows? I don't know, mate, is the answer to your question. I don't know. None of us know. I don't think so, though. I wouldn't put my money on it.
Does GW like us? Does GW like us?
The fan base?
Do we with the faction and the fan base? Does the fan base obediently buy the new kit and build it as it's intended?